think we should. There we go. Finally. It takes a wee while. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So, the last time we done a show, someone mentioned, do you guys monitor the chat? I was like, oh, I totally forgot.
I don't monitor the chat.
I'm like, nah. Totally forgot about the chat. Like the chat box in the... Well, we never usually got chat, but because the video looks better and stuff, someone posted, why are you not looking at chat? Are you guys just ignoring chat? I was like, yeah.
Like, fuck you, chat.
Yeah, fuck you, chat. Fucking cancer. Right. Now, I don't know what one we'll start with. Because I've got a few
You'll
things.
have to read the article. I got a cat laying on me, man. I can't lean forward to read anything on my computer.
What? No.
The cat's on my lap.
Well, throw the cat away from your lap.
No, what?
Yes.
No, look at it. You read the first article. I'll pick up the next article. And she'll probably be done by then.
Okay, I know, but I still need to get up the tab. Fuck. I still need to get up the tabs. Right, that one. This one. Right, I don't know what one we'll start with. Should we start with the, like... smaller ones first? Or... I don't know. Right, let's see. Actually, we'll keep the the political shit till later, right? And we'll do...
Okay. You sent me that gaming one. Maybe we should open that. I remember.
I didn't send you a gaming one.
Yeah, there was no something.
Gaming ones. No, both of them are.
I feel like something
Marvel...
had to do with the game.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Valve one. Maybe. Aye, okay, we'll start with that one, and then we'll go to the Marvel and DC one, and then we'll go to, like, the other one. And, I still need to monitor... Twitter. So, how will I do this? I don't know. It doesn't matter. If you see anyone wanting in, just send them the Discord thing,
Okay.
or something. Anyway, you're an admin on the Discord, so if you see anyone, because since you're not doing anything, you can monitor Discord, right?
Oh, we got our name admin. Yeah.
Yeah, fix stuff. I've been busy. I've been playing games and messing about and fixing stuff and sleeping and getting drunk and sleeping.
That's good.
And I took the cat to the vet today as well. So anyway, we'll talk about it. And she's fine. She just had to get her boosters.
Oh, okay. I was like, what happened?
No, it's nothing. She's fine.
Okay.
Just things.
My cat is also well.
Yeah.
And
getting pettings right now.
Yeah. So cute.
Right, so this is like, I'll just say media attacks Valve for not preventing review bombs on Steam. Right, so I don't know if we covered this. Maybe we did. Anyway, in a recent update over the Steam store, Valve made a lengthy post explaining how they were addressing review bombing an instance where the community's best way of shining light on a problem is to add lots of negative reviews to the game, so that the rest of the community wakes up and realises that the developer messed up somewhere along the way. It worked wonders in getting media attention when Rockstar and Take-Two attempted to ban online single-player mods in GTA 5. I think we did do that one, didn't we? We covered that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was like... I thought it was like one of those questions you asked that didn't need an answer.
You need to concentrate more. You're a co-host.
I'm concentrating on you, but I didn't think I needed to answer the question. Yes, we did.
I think you're concentrating on petting your cat. I'm just saying. And you zoned out. You're just listening to my voice and petting the cat and going, oh, and falling asleep. Anyway, yeah, I think we did. And it also helped when Valve and Bethesda attempted to put paid mods in Skyrim, which they later revised, and that appears to be affecting Campos Santos Firewatch after they attempted to abuse the DMCA claims against PewDiePie. I think we went through that one as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. PewDiePie and Firewatch and that word that cannot be said about things. Do you know what like annoys me about that?
What?
Right, so if maybe you're not old enough, you might be, but I remember when if you called people like black people coloured people, right, they'd find it like that would be racist, right? Like, but now they're calling them people of colour, right? It's like the same thing, you racist bastards. Do you know what I mean? Like, they used to get really offended by if you went coloured people, right? It used to be a thing. Like political correct people went mental if you said that, right? And now they're like people of colour. It's the same thing. It's like the exact same thing, and I can't believe that they've sort of changed words a wee bit, and then it's okay. It's mad. It's like fucking hell. Anyway, that was like, I don't know, during the 90s or something. I can't remember. Something like that. But I remember that quite vividly. On September 19th, 2017, Valve posted up a blog explaining how they'll be addressing review bombs and how they intended for user reviews to be used to quickly inform potential purchasers about the pros and cons of the game. They note that review bombs can be a problem because sometimes the reviews have nothing to do with the game, like the case for Firewatch, which is a socio-political protest. Valve played with the idea of hiding the review score from game pages, altering the way the totality of scores are calculated, as well as toyed with the possibility of locking reviews after a certain threshold was reached within a certain and very short amount of time. They decided against all those options and instead they decided to add a graph with Valve engineer Alden Roll. I'm just going to say Roll. Miss out the K because I don't know how to stating, starting today, each game page will now contain a histogram of the positive and negative ratio of reviews over the entire lifetime of the game, and by clicking on any part of the histogram you're able to read a sample of the reviews from that time period as a potential purchaser. it's easier to spot temporary distortions in the reviews, to investigate why that distortion occurred, and decide for yourself whether it's something you care about. I see that as quite a good thing, to be fair, because
I do too. I think that seems really helpful.
Yeah, because then, like, if let's say, I don't, they fix, say the game comes out and it's really bad because of bugs and stuff, and then they spend a lot of time fixing it and they fix it. The old reviews can then be more positive, because then, and you can look at the history and then you can tell, right? If you look at the history of the thing, you'll be able to tell. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good thing. And then if it's something like what's happening with Firewatch right now, you can go back to that point and maybe Google it, like type in the name of the game and then the date when the bad reviews were happening, and then maybe you could find out what's happened, what happened and stuff as well. I don't know. I don't see this as a bad thing. It seems like you'd be able to get more details about what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a sample of it. So why now, after all the other games have been reviewed bombed over the last few years? For one reason or another, why did Valve start after Camp Monsanto got review bombed? Well, maybe they had an idea that they needed to change it but didn't know what to do, and I don't know. Or it could be the games media have been advocating for Valve to do something about the unrest from the gaming community. Game journalists hate when gamers express their consumer rights, and hate it even more when they do so to determine to I don't know, developers of who are also this social justice warriors such as the Campo Santo. A perfect example is GamesIndustry.biz on September 14th. They posted an article in response to review bombing of the game, claiming they were taking a stand against Valve because Valve wasn't taking a stand against gamers. But see, what type of review outlet would go against their audience like that? This is why Gamergate happened, by the way. It's because, well, you have to take a stand against these bad gamer peoples. And they're like, but you guys review games for gamers, right? And they're like, no, we do it for us. I don't know who they do it for. Who do they do it for? Their mate. Oh yeah, for their mates that make the video games, I suppose. God damn it! What a bunch of assholes! What cliquey bastards! I fucking hate them. Hate them so much. And taking a stand against previously, they also come down against the gaming community in favour of Silbit, another game from a progressive developer where they attacked Valve for fostering a toxic community on Steam. Kotaku in Action also compiled a few other instances of the site engaging in activism in an attempt to get Valve to change policy. GamesIndustry.biz wasn't alone in criticising Valve and how they did business. Earlier in spring, Polygon, of course, Polygon, fucking hell, Polygon's the worst piece of shit ever.
Yeah, and they do not have the best reputation, and that's all their own fault.
It's, look, they can't even play games. One reviewer went to play a game, right? Got invited to go play a game to get like early access to the game and play it. The fucking publisher paid for his flight, his fucking accommodation, all that shit, right? So they get brought into like whatever conference room thing or whatever it is in the hotel, right? And they've got food, they've got champagne, all that shit, right? And they've got early access to a game all set up there for them. And guess what this cunt does? He doesn't play the game. He sits there eating and drinking champagne and talking about some political shit. And he actually wrote that in the review about the game.
What?
Yeah.
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
He's like, the game was that boring, I never even played it, but I don't like it. I was that bored, I just sat there and just talked about politics, which was the best part of the whole fucking experience. It's like, what the fuck?
He's lazy. How does he know he doesn't like the game if he didn't even play it?
Because it's one that he doesn't like.
Like, if he was like, oh, I was playing the game, but I found it boring. Fine. But he didn't even play the game.
Well, it was...
He didn't even play the game.
What was it? It's one of the banned games, you know, the... what do you call them? You know, the ones that you sing into the mic, or you do the drums or the guitar. Like Guitar Hero.
How's that boring?
Well, he just doesn't like it.
It doesn't matter.
So instead of playing it...
It doesn't matter. He's supposed to play it and then give like a review about it. He can give a review, and then at the end of his review, he can give his like personal opinion. Like, I don't really like these kind of games. Blah, 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 blah. Here's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But before that, he can be like, okay, the game played like this. You know, it had, you know, these features, that kind of stuff. For people that do like the game.
Exactly. But they're journalists. They're games journalists. All they want to talk about is politics. They don't want to be playing games. They don't like games, most of these fuckers. They fucking hate them. They can't even fucking play the games. It's retarded that they're employed. I would go mental if I was their boss. In fact, if I was the publisher, I would disown that organisation for that guy doing that. I'd be like, nah, man. Look, we're never inviting you out to one of these things again. This is fucking awful. We paid for your flight, your hotel, champagne, and all that shit. And all you did was sit there and talk about politics when you're supposed to be playing the game. You fucking dickheads. Like, that would be my letter. I'd have a fucking ranty email, and I'd be going mental if I was the publisher that paid for all that shit. Like, I'd be going fucking nuts.
Yeah, for sure. I would be really mad. I'd be like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. That's what these are like. That's what they're like. I think they want to be writers, but they're not good enough, so the only place they can get some writing experiences for like gaming places. I don't even know why they hire them. Like, I wouldn't. I would rather have a shit writer that could play games than one that doesn't want to play games that's a good writer, because there's no point in him. It's like it's like having someone that can't drive a car reviewing cars. Doesn't make sense.
Or doesn't like to drive.
Or doesn't like to drive, doesn't like cars, would rather walk everywhere because think pollution's too bad for cars.
They're a bicycle person.
Yeah, like, but a complete advocate of the bicycle. Like, they don't do anything else, and do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, oh, by the way, we're going to get you to review cars. Like, what? It'd be like, are you insane? No one would do that. Like, I don't know why the games places do that. I wouldn't hire them. I don't understand. Anyway, so recently following an update about a graph for the reviews, Ars Technica also chimed in criticising the community about review bombing and also criticising Valve for not doing enough to curb hate. The solution seemed about as drastic as Sterling need a policy where Sam McCorvik writes, without an apparent outcry from Valve or the pledge to go so far is to wholesale ban users' accounts and IP address ranges for repeat terms of service offenders, and this risks losing paying customers. There's no reason to believe that internet's worst trolls and abusers won't keep on creating new accounts and raising hell whenever they're allowed on Steam. Like, what do you mean? Of course they're not going to attack their paying customers, you fucking idiots. They're a business. Like, this is why you're failing, you dickheads. You don't understand. It's like, holy shit. Could you imagine any other business attacking their customers?
It wouldn't be a business that'd be around for very long. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck? You guys were fucking mad. A flurry of other sites tossed in their 2 cents, like JStationX continuing the trend of criticising Valve for not doing more about combat review bombing. Typically, JStationX used to hot button individuals like Zoe Quinn, of course, as an example of someone offering solutions on how Valve needs to address customers being displeased with a product by creating more safe spaces. Well, yeah, of course Zoe Quinn would want that. Fucking hell. Vice's Waypoint also criticised Valve about the graph, following up in previous coverage of the incident involving PewDiePie. In the article, they state that it still ignores problems created by hate mobs. Others like VentureBeat, The Verge also jumped in on the fray. The Verge explained that the graph does little to fix the problem because the article prompts that the whole system is temporarily poisoned. In today's capitalistic consumers and products have very little say to no notable voice in the marketplace. All in the case of Steam, the only way customers can vocally break through the shroud is usually by review bombs. Any other method is stomped out by volunteer modders or curtailed by social media services with hashtags or certain phrases are banned from trending or banned for widespread discussion. The media continues to show their colours in wanting to strip away whatever scraps of consumer control people are afforded, advocating heavily for Valve to essentially turn Steam into an autocrat digital distribution empire. It fits in line with the cosmetic and anti-American values the many media personalities have been advocating lately, but it's not a result that would in any way benefit the end user. Right, so anyway, I'll be back. I need a pee so you can start the next article.
Okay, let me get... Okay, so this is going to be a Marvel one. Marvel and DC and stuff, comic books. So, Marvel, DC, and other SJW comic writers conspire to harass critic at Comic-Con. Because they're all bullies, actually. A secret Facebook group of DC, Marvel, Image Comics, and other writers, including B, Claymore, Isaac Goodhart, Kelly Thompson, and Taylor Esposito, revealed that some of the comic industry's top talent were plotting to harass the creator of the YouTube channel Diversity in Comics due to his critical reviews that expose the comic industry SJW agenda to the public. While it sounds like some sort of outlandish fanfic put together in the lice-infested backwoods of a shady Kentucky farm where buck-toothed cannibals and law-evading moonshiners congratulate in a shinty shake outside, the grid It's actually a real story that took place within the confine of a private Facebook group consisting of some of the comic industry's top talent. The story about the conspiracy broke courtesy of John Del Arroz, who posted a video footage taken from the private Facebook group exposing what the writers had planned for the YouTube channel's Diversity and Comics. You can review the 15-minute video below, which I will not be doing. In the group, B. Claymore, the writer of Hawaiian Dick, a comic that's in negotiations at NBC to become a live-action show with actor Johnny Knoxville set to produce, responds to some of his peers who mentioned that Zach from the Diversity in Comics will be at New York Comic Con more across a couple of post rights. Knowing Diversity in Comics is going to be there makes me wish I was going. The last thing Diversity in Comics is going to do is get violent at a con, but I'd love to follow him around trying to goad him into throwing a punch. Taylor Esposito, a former employee at DC Comics and Marvel, chimed in with the following: I'd love to yell one punch after you level him. Where was I? Sorry, I lost my place. And the Facebook posts were brought to the attention of Moore. He says that they have no plans to harass Diversity in Comics, but that they just want to talk to him. Quote, oh, just talking. Mentioning across a collection of tweets. Good grief, tell everyone to chill out. I'm not goading Richard into a fight. Private forum stuff. Wade wants to talk to him, not arrest him. I'm as annoyed about this as I was when someone tried to get Ethan Van Sciver in trouble over a private conversation on my Facebook page. I sat down and watched some of Diversity in Comics videos last night, and that I'd be interested in talking to him in private at a con. Everyone pretending to freak out is pretty boring.
I'm back.
Busted. Yeah. I'm reading.
Yeah.
I got to the where some of them were talking about wanting to harass them, and then going on about, oh, we weren't going to harass them, we just wanted to talk.
Are you past the Twitter bit?
Yeah, there's a couple of 3 gray boxes. I've read all 3. I just finished with the 3rd gray box.
Okay.
And then the next thing is, this comes after SJWs in the comic industry have gone out of their way to dox Diversity in Comics in hopes of going after him personally. It's almost identical to the group fiction within the gaming industry known as Game Journal Pros, a secret group of elite journalists who could shape the news happening within the gaming industry and were instrumental in painting #Gamergate as a harassment campaign back in 2013. Nevertheless, Diversity in Comics has been slowly growing his YouTube presence, nearing 40,000 subscribers, which I'm going to go subscribe to him after this, which is almost more than the average comic book that Marvel and DC sells each month, both of which seem to hover between 20,000 and 45,000 range on average. The channel has been going hard after DC and Marvel, but mostly Marvel for their heavy social justice warrior slant in storytelling and characterization, which I've read a couple of Marvel stuff, but I won't read any of the new social justice stuff that they have. I just like to read the screenshots that people send out and to see how cringy and awful it is, and it is so cringy and awful.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's outside character.
Some of the
uncharacteristic.
Yeah, and some of the new what am I saying?
I don't know.
No, that's actually DC. It's not Marvel. That's DC.
I never liked DC anyway.
No. What I was thinking about was, do you know the new TV episode things of their things?
Yeah.
They're
I know some of them.
the Marvel ones are actually quite good. The Marvel movies and stuff are still quite good.
Yeah, the Marvel movies don't have a bunch of SJW stuff in it, though, really.
Yeah, I know, but this is what I was going to say. The new Supergirl, right? I was looking forward to that, right? And it's fucking awful. It's shit. It's really bad. It's really bad writing. It's terrible. I watched 3 episodes and I was like, nah, fuck this.
I haven't seen any of it.
It's awful. It's shoehorned in. It's just it's always on about feminism and shit. And it's like, why? And it's like, I think I'd done it. I said it on one of the shows earlier, way back when it first came out. It's because I liked Supergirl the movie way back in the 80s, right? I thought that was good because I liked all the Superman movies as well. But I liked Supergirl one because she had tits, and I was at that age where I started noticing. So yeah, and it's not as good as the Superman movies, but it's still quite good. So there's that, and the new Supergirl fucking thing's horrible. It's like, instead of just saying that she's just getting used to her powers and stuff, right? And that's why she's fucking up. Like, which is understandable, right? But in the press, like in the setting, the press was hitting on her for fucking up all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously they would. But instead of our friends saying, "Oh well, I mean, you do fuck up, but it's fine. Just get used to your powers," and sort of like, you know, they started saying, "Oh, it's because the media's misogynists. They hate women." And I was just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And that's all over it, like undertones all over it.
Yeah.
It's just.
I wouldn't want to watch that either. It sounds awful.
Yeah, it was
instead of her friends being reasonable human beings.
Yeah, right.
They made up stuff.
Yeah, they just like, instead of going, we know you, they know you fuck up, we know you fuck up, but come on, it's because you're new at your powers and you're not used to them yet, and you overdo it sometimes. Maybe train with them. Come on, we'll go out in the wilderness and we'll, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you think about it, a lot of like superheroes, when they first get their powers, they like mess up or whatever. I've seen.
Right, but instead of them saying that in this thing, right, they go, "Oh, it's because the press hate you because you're a woman." And that's when I just turned off. I was like, "Nope, I'm not watching. This is fucking ridiculous." Like, I mean, they could have done something there. Like, they could have made it into something. They could have had a field trip where her and her mates go away into the wilderness, not to hurt anyone, and she could be training with her powers, right? Just have that. No, let's not have that. Let's just blame it on men hating women. And I just couldn't handle it. I was just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And then at one point, Superman, who's her cousin, comes in and helps her beat up a bad guy, and it was like, "Oh, the press are saying you need Superman because you're a woman," and it's like, that's not what they were saying. They were just saying she's a bit new and she needed Superman's help. The whole thing, I just had to stop watching it. I couldn't handle it anymore. It was just full of shit like that. But it looks like DC are not like that with the comics. It looks like it's Marvel that are like that with the comics. So, I don't know.
Marvel has the better superheroes.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They're just trying to ruin them for some reason.
Well, doesn't DC have they have Superman, they have Batman, they have Wonder Woman.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the three that I remember.
There's that one because they got the Justice League or whatever.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are like the three best ones that they have.
Yeah. Whereas Marvel has like Iron Man, Superman, Captain America, I think the Flash, the Punisher,
Spider-Man. They got a lot of really good ones and good hits, but DC just didn't get a lot of good hits. They have like
especially the movies, the
they
new
really
DC movies. The new DC movies were fucking awful. Apart from the new ones are okay, but the Marvel ones completely outshine them for like superhero.
Whereas
movies.
I'm like a huge fan of like I loved Batman as a kid too, but I also was like super huge fan of X-Men and bunch of Marvel superheroes in comparison to the DC ones.
Yeah. Although the DC movies were the first ones. Well, no, there was Spider-Man. There was Superman.
There's that old Incredible Hulk.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I think there's 5 Supermen. There's the old series of Incredible Hulk, which was a TV thing.
Yeah. The old Incredible Hulk ones where he looked ridiculous. It was so funny.
Oh no, I loved that when I was a kid. That big wrestler man.
Yeah, I know, but he still was funny looking.
And he got to run and do jumps. It looks funny now, but like back in the day, I thought it was awesome. But then, then that's what we had. That's what, and the old Superman looks awful now too. Not the Superman. Actually, Superman was done really high quality. Spider-Man. The old, go back and look at the old Spider-Man, and you can. It's just like a guy in a suit. Like, but it actually looks really quite bad. Guy in a suit. Whereas the Batman one had bigger budget, and the Superman ones had bigger budgets. You can tell by the costume. And then Batman's been about for ages because
I was a huge fan of Batman. I even had like a Batman birthday party and everything.
Did you?
Yes.
What the hell? A girl having a Batman party? What the fuck? It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Just a bit. You would think that would be...
like, I want a Batman birthday party, and I was like, alright. And I think I was probably, I don't know how old I was. I was anywhere from 5 to 8. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But I had a Batman party.
You would think that would be like a boys thing, though.
Yeah, probably. Well, my daughter had a Spider-Man birthday party. She loves Spider-Man.
Oh, well, there you go then. Anyway, just diversity in comics.
Okay, let me finish. Let's see where I was. I gotta find my place. Many longtime comic book fans have been noting that the quality of the writing and storytelling has gone down drastically since Marvel and DC have adopted diversity hiring and centering stories around leftist-style political agendas. The comic writers have taken great offense at diversity in comics, mostly juvenile criticism and mockery of their content. The writers decided to mulk it. I don't know what that word means. The channel by partaking in the doxing and attempting to go a step further by attempting to get him ejected from the convention. Isaac Goodhart, the writer of Postal for Top Cow Productions, had posted earlier in a Facebook thread that he had been informing everyone about diversity in comics along with New York Comic Con staff and management writing. So this is a quote. I've been informing everyone I know, but Diversity in Comics only has a Thursday badge for NYCC. His name is Eradicated, and security and management are aware of him. Unfortunately, the same doesn't go for the anonymous followers who post even more hateful rhetoric. The tensions between the established corporate comics industry and the Diversity in Comics escalated after Aubrey Sitterson from IDW Publishing ended up in the spat with the YouTuber after Sitterson denigrated 9/11 mourners. SJW, who were friends with Sitterson, began coming to his aid, which included leftist media organizations who began putting out hit pieces against diversity in comics. It's a slow boil that's nearly coming to a tipping point of the turning into 2017 edition of #Gamergate for the comic book industry. They're even claiming that diversity in comics criticism of their comic books, art, and writing is harassment. Oh my goodness, this is great. However, most comic book fans tend to disagree.
Yeah, of course it is.
This is fabulous.
Yeah. That's
because I was getting tired of the writing, although I do enjoy making fun of it and reading it and laughing my butt off. But I was like, come on. Did you notice whenever like SJWs get in charge of anything, and they start hiring for diversity, they get a pushback or criticism because the customers don't like it, and then they attack the customer.
Yep.
That seems to be a pattern I'm noticing.
Yeah, there's also this one. Since we've got time. Right, I'm going to stop the stream on the YouTube, but we're still going to be on the radio.
Fine.
So goodbye YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. And well, everyone knows how it works now. If you don't end off, I can't be arsed. I'm just in that mood today. Just right. So I hope you enjoy the new layouts and stuff. Right, it's gone. Stream stopping. And you can go to aerithradio.co.uk and listen to the radio part. Yes.